So today in this video we will discuss about an international standard ISO 19011. This standard talks about the guidelines for auditing management systems. This document concentrates on internal audits, which is called first party, and audits conducted by organization on their external providers and other external interested parties, which means the second party. So this document can also be useful for external audits conducted for purpose other than third party management system certifications. So what is the scope of this guideline? So this standard provides guidance on auditing management systems, including the principles of auditing, managing an audit program, and conducting management system audits, as well as guidance on the evaluation of competency of individuals who are involved in the audit process. This standard is applicable to all organizations that need to plan and conduct internal or external audits of management systems or manage an audit program. So, what is audit as per this ISO 19011 standard? So, audit is a systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining objective evidence and evaluating it objectively to determine the extent to which the audit criteria are fulfilled. So, in this, the internal audits, sometimes called first party audits, are conducted by or on behalf of the organization itself. External audits includes those generally called second and third party audits. Second party audits are conducted by the parties have an interest in the organization, such as customers or by other individuals on their behalf. Third party audits are conducted by independent auditing organizations, such as those providing certifications or registration of conformity or governmental agencies. What is management system as per this standard? So, management system is a set of interrelated or interacting elements of an organization to establish policies and objectives and process to achieve those objectives. What is conformity? So, it's a fulfillment of a requirement, and non-conformity is non-fulfillment of a requirement. So now let's talk about the principles of auditing. So auditing is characterized by reliance on a number of principles. So these principles should help to make an audit effective and reliable tool in support of management policies and controls by providing information on which an organization can act in order to improve its performance. Adherence to these principles is a prerequisite for providing audit conclusions that are relevant and sufficient, and for enabling auditors working independently from one another to reach similar conclusions in similar circumstances. So, the guidance given in class 5 of this standard to 7 is based on the 7 principles outlined below. So, we will discuss one by one. Like the first principle is integrity is the foundation of professionalism. So, auditors and the individuals managing an audit program should perform their work ethically with honest and responsibility. Only undertake audit activities if competent to do so. Perform their work in an impartial manner. That means remain fair and unbiased in all their dealings. The second principle is fair presentations. The obligation to report truthfully and accurately. Audit findings, audit conclusions, and audit report should reflect truthfully and accurately the audit activities. The third principle talks about due professional care. Auditors should exercise due care in accordance with importance of the task they perform and the confidence placed in them by the audit client and other interested parties. The fourth principle is confidentially. Auditors should exercise discretion in the use of any protection of information occurred in the course of their duties. Audit information should not be used inappropriately for personal gain by the auditor or the audit client or in a manner to the legitimate interest of the auditee. This concept includes the proper handling of sensitive or confidential information. The next principle talks about independency, the fires of the impartiality of the audit and objectivity of the audit conclusions. Auditors should be independent to the activity being audited wherever practicable and should in all cases act in a manner that is free from bias and conflict of interest. The next principle talks about evidence-based approach. The audit evidence should be verifiable. It should be in general be based on the samples of the information available. Since an audit is conducted during a finite period of time and with finite resources, an appropriate use of sampling should be applied since this is closely related to the confidence that can be placed in the audit conclusions. The last principle talks about risk-based approach, an audit approach that considers risks and opportunities. The risk-based approach should substantively influence the planning, conducting, and reporting of audits in order to ensure the audits are focused on matters that are significant for the audit client and for achieving the audit program objectives. Thanks, professional. So that's all from for this video. So please refer the ISO standard 19011 for more detail and stay safe. Thanks for watching.